What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction on the channel. Today we're reacting to the first, episode 0 of Towa no Yugure, Beyond the Dusk of the World or something along those lines. Not got too much of a clue what this is about. I think it's some premise about kind of AI and robots or something about that. The selling factor for me was the case that it's done by PA Works, who I've never done anything I haven't enjoyed, to be honest, so I've got reasonably high hopes for this. Do let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments though. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And they're usually quite emotional, these PA Work shows. Even the ones I haven't enjoyed as much, still been like very emotional. I think of to be honest, the last one I watched was a few years back now. Dusk Beyond the End of the World. So yeah, that said 2039 CE. Not sure what CE stands for. How hard is it? How hard is it to program AI? Well, to program it's probably very hard, but to like direct it. How'd you get fired for that? Also, really interesting screen size we got going on right now. It almost feels like a movie. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. A lot more than just wiring going on. Sure, weirdo. What the hell was that? Again, it's very interesting. I've never seen this. It really feels like a cinema screen. I don't know what the decision behind that was. So the what's it called? What they called? Caterers have been replaced. It looks like. But I think she's a robot, right? Or like AI or something. I was kind of wondering going into this. You don't often see this, do you? Episode zeros. I imagine this is just like a bit of a prologue, like a bit of a setup. One woman singularity. So is that not actually his sister? I mean, he says like big sis. Like, yeah. I'm assuming she's not actually his sister. Okay. So again, I thought she was a robot, but maybe I'm misremembering the premise. I did read the synopsis. Okay. I mean, there's still something a little bit weird in that now. It's kind of funny. I was recently watching the Royal Tenenbaums, and that had something quite similar actually. Very good movie that, by the way. I had watched Grand Budapest Hotel years ago, and I loved it. So I was like, yeah, I'll check that out. And that is a pretty similar relationship. Sounds like a pretty good present. Although a bit annoying because you wouldn't want to wear them, right? A bit pointless. I mean, as a kind of collectible, I guess it's pretty cool, but it must be annoying to own something like that, not be able to really wear them, you just devalue them. She might be feeling a similar type of way. Soulless food right here. Soulless. It looks nice. Yeah. It should be an interesting watch. I'm not the biggest fan of AI. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it in some areas, and it's already been in use in some like gaming and such, for example. But I really wouldn't like to see people's jobs lost in like exchange for this. I don't agree with, especially in the creative sphere. There was an anime not too long ago that was made pretty much entirely by AI, and it was absolutely horrific. Hoping we don't see anything like that again, but it's kind of inevitable that we will, which is a shame. If it is to become more popular, I would like it to be in areas that can assist humans and help them in terms of like dangerous things and things that might, but yeah. Yeah, I also feel like there's a lot of questioning the ethics of like how do you treat them, the laws in which you apply to them, and so on. It's like, yeah, it's very questionable. Like, who are we to decide like the rules and such? And like when you if you are able to create emotions and memories and such, like, yeah, I'm quite interested in the topic. So this should be an interesting watch. I did kind of miss. There was a lot of dialogue going on there. Seems like the general populace is also kind of against it, and again, I can totally get behind being against it. Personally, if I was to like, I would just kind of. That's the thing, because there could be so much great come out of it. You could like have a build an AI that kind of cures cancer or cures many of things, but I do think the potential negatives actually do outweigh the positives, to be honest. Even though that is one massive positive. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a very dangerous. It's very dangerous type of stuff. You might end up replacing us. So yeah, so like the church denouncing it right here. I mean, that is not necessarily true, is it? Though it's probably also caused plenty of issues to people, as much as it might have helped other people. Again, it's not totally good, totally bad in either direction, is it? I kind of agree with the news people, to be honest. I kind of agree with the news. Probably shouldn't, considering these are going to be our main characters, but yeah. Again, I don't think that's too much of a bad thing. Must be annoying for her, for sure. But which must be pretty difficult for him, considering how he's had to like try and raise these two. Be a bit weird for him. Although I feel like situations like this, again, I brought up the Grand Tenenbaums earlier. I feel like it's almost like a perfect setting for them to kind of fall for each other like this, isn't it? Really, when you spend so much time together and such. But as I do keep saying as well, there's that element of weirdness for sure. Maybe that element of weirdness is also how we see kind of AI and androids and such, of like not being too comfortable with it, but ultimately it not actually being too bad a thing. But initially being pretty like skeptical. But at the end of the day, they just actually want to be a part of that big initial wave. Makes sense. I think that'll be a thing in the real world as well. I mean, it already is kind of happening, but it will get even more kind of robust in that area going forward, won't it? Like, what year do you think we'll see androids kind of like walking about the streets and stuff? But genuinely, I think it probably will be in my lifetime. I think we're too far from that. Well, are you getting envious? Who programmed you? Who programmed you to be envious? Like that, I really don't agree with. Why program that into something that has no possibility of ever like experiencing this? Just unethical, right? You want me to? Should be careful what's in the bottom of that. Careful what's in the bottom of those popcorn. Refreshing. Got his own little song. That's the thing. I do find like the kind of clunky, actual older style like robot stuff actually a lot more. As with that, like the more primitive stuff actually is a lot more charming. Like the more advanced and better it gets, the worse it gets to me actually. Like you just think back to, was it Rocky 2, 3? I can't remember specifically which one, but like Rocky got gifted like a robot, and like that old school type of like, yeah, something quite charming, a lot more charming than the more advanced stuff. On on Curvy Road. Ah, oh really? We got still MP3 players, have we? Wow, that's really nice. The photo album. Honestly, I'm expecting some kind of disaster to happen. Again, I kind of I don't know if I'm like confused, but I swear I read the case that she was like a cyborg or something, right? Doesn't seem that way. But yeah, I almost feel like there's gonna be some kind of massive disaster happen. Like they're gonna get run over right here. I mean, you spend a lot of time together. It's honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if they do get married quite quickly. Actually, agreed as well. Yeah, they are incredibly young, but as I did say, they've lived together a lot. Cue them getting ran over. Not quite yet. Okay. Maybe I'm just expecting the worst. But yeah, I almost feel like this, especially with people like talking to ChatGPT and stuff, this can't be healthy for you, right? Talking to these things like this. Like, surely. It is. Understandably so. That's just how every living thing kind of functions, essentially. I mean, there is like symbiotic relationships and things that some animals do have together, but ultimately, it's survival. It's a very mean look at people there. But again, honestly, I'm probably much more on that side of things than on the other. So there isn't going to be any disaster. Sorry, I keep bringing it up, but like, surely, right? Like I keep saying, these anime from the studio is usually very emotionally heavy and quite drama filled. So, as I keep saying, I'm expecting something terrible to happen sooner rather than later. Upgrade humanity. See, this is the shit. I'm out. No, you've lost me already. Considering I literally just finished watching Alien Earth as well. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, considering I literally just finished watching Alien Earth. Alien, I think, is a great series in terms of the androids and the interesting kind of things that go on with like the synthesis. I forget what the name actually is, but like with comparing humanity to other kind of life forms, Alien series is one of the best out there at that. And yeah, it's quite incredible. Alien Earth had a lot to talk about, kind of imbuing like what is humanity? Are you further than humanity if you become like part cyborg and such? And yeah, I love the kind of questions that kind of brings up. Really interested in it. As I keep saying, I am quite much more on the side of being apprehensive towards it, probably because I have seen it much more in that kind of horror sphere of things going wrong from that kind of stuff happening. But as I said earlier, maybe it's the case where if you do implant something like this, it can kind of help with a major condition like cancer or something. So, who am I to kind of give my opinion? But yeah, it's very scary, but it can be quite promising. So I guess we'll see what this has in store. But like, it's just not just scary, because there is something that makes us human that we're not really able to kind of quantify, and you could end up losing that if you go too far down this path. Is this guy gonna fucking bomb it? Is this guy gonna suicide bomb here? Not not surprising, honestly. Not surprising. Put some pressure. Put some pressure on it. Oh my god, they're still let. Oh shit! I was gonna say they're still letting him aim that thing around. Come on, guys. And what? Can someone help? Didn't really help. So he's gonna die, really? Jeez. I mean, she got shot, but she didn't get shot in too bad a place. Damn. So is he gonna become like RoboCop or something? Well, I wasn't expecting him to be the one that got took down there. But yeah, understandable. Honestly, I think when presented with a future like this, as I did say, plenty, as we did see as well, plenty of people scared and would take drastic measures. Again, I thought it might bomb the place, but I guess a lot of the innocent people got away quite lucky there. But yeah, is he like some kind of RoboCop now? He's still got holes in his bag, like 50 Cent. And he's in the future. Ah. The woman who sailed the soul. Okay, interesting first episode. Again, I knew there would be some kind of big thing happen, but yeah, different than I expected. Um, good, really good first episode. Honestly, again, asks a lot of interesting questions that I'm really personally interested in, especially considering the time we're in at the minute. But historically, again, I've always been really interested. I keep bringing up, but the Alien series is just like phenomenal at covering stuff like this. Really gets down and gritty with like the deep questions in terms of other life forms. And again, I'm much more on the side of kind of protesting this. To be honest with you, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd go to a protest for anything in my life. To be honest with you, but obviously, if it was big enough, maybe I would. But haven't thus far in my life. Um, but yeah, I probably would be much more on the side of not kind of wanting to pursue this. Although the people that have stopped the pursuit of this endeavor with AI and such are people just looking to actually be the people themselves that are like commanding it and in the front seat. So it's not, they're not even really like stopping it for the right reasons, which is a bit annoying. Again, I can totally understand why people would go to extremes like that. It's that kind of thing of like, I mean, this is definitely not definitely, well, it could be similar, but it's not at the minute. It's kind of like going back and killing Hitler, isn't it? It's like, would you go, if you could go back to the past, would you kill Hitler before anything happened? And this is like that, but like in the current time of like, oh, this could lead to a future where it's just absolutely disastrous for us humans. So this guy could be heralded as an absolute hero in like 20 years times. Obviously killing people is not right, but yeah, he genuinely might be doing a heroic action before anyone's even realized right now. I don't think that he is, again, considering the kind of main characters are on the side of people we're meant to be rooting for. I don't think that will be the case, but yeah, certainly did bring up a lot of interesting questions. I really like the chemistry between the characters. Again, as weird as it might be, it doesn't actually feel too kind of bad in that regard. I definitely would feel a bit strange if I was the kind of guardian right here. I'd be kind of questioning things quite a lot, to be honest with you. But I think the actual chemistry between them was quite good. The kind of date scene towards the end here, I think was really nice actually, and had quite a lot of emotion in it. Again, I always I mentioned it before, but I always do find myself quite emotional at PA works. So they always do a really good job of that kind of chemistry and character kind of building. So really enjoyed that here. And yeah, it was a bit of a surprising end. I thought she would definitely be the one to kind of die. I don't know where that misconception came from that I had going into this, that she was some kind of like android or something. But yeah, apologies about that. But yeah, it looks like I'm assuming, is kind of, it looks like it's his normal body because he's still got the scars, but he's had some kind of like work done on him to kind of, he is maybe the first recipient of her research perhaps, and kind of combines with AI, which helps him survive. No idea why he's woken up in this kind of setting though, of like almost post-apocalyptic right here. It's like, what exactly happened for him to just be left like this and then randomly wake up, and for the world to then look like this afterwards? So yeah, lots of interesting questions brought up. Pretty awesome episode to set things out. Do let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section though. I do imagine there will be plenty of varying opinions on plenty of the stuff I spoke about in today's episode. So again, would love to hear that from you guys. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. And I'll be back next week with episode 1.